Hello, hello. Okay, apparently we are going again. All right, here we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Going again without an introduction. That's okay. We'll just go straight to it. I'm glad you're here. Good morning and welcome. Lightning lasts only a fraction of a second, but sometimes that's all it takes. That's what we're talking about today. One flash can light an entire landscape. One photograph can change how we see the world, and one symbol can unite a community. One act of kindness can become something someone remembers for the rest of their lives. And today we're talking about lightning, not the storm, but the spark, the moments that illuminate, connect, and transform. Let's rise. All right. Who's out there? The crew. I don't know if my intro video didn't play, but guess what? I'm here. Here I am. Sully, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am glad you are here too. Everybody's in the house, getting up and getting after it this morning on Mornings in the Lab Network, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, right here with Kindness Rising. Kathleen the donkey. Kathy, what's up? What's up? Welcome in. I am glad you're here as well. We're going to do a who's who from the music world. So I think some of our friends out there might know this one. We're going to do more of the sparks, more of the compasses, all the things that get us up and get us going on the Mornings in the Lab Network. All right, so let's do that thing. All right. Lightning is the subject today. How fast things happen in a flash, like that. Sometimes the impact that you have as a person happens in a flash, the way you get impacted. A big change happens in a flash, your life can change. Is that a flash? That's a snap. I guess that's the flash. But yeah. That's what we're all about today. Lightning, and we're going to connect it all the way through the show. Absolutely. And how things happen in a flash. My grandfather used to say something that actually when I was young, I was like, didn't really understand it that much. But he said, life is mostly anticipation and memories. The actual moments are just a flash. You'd say it around holidays, birthdays, big, anything big, a big thing happened, the big moments you'd spend weeks, months looking forward to as a kid. I thought he was wrong. Christmas morning just felt huge. Graduations felt huge. Weddings felt huge. But the older I get, the more I realize he was onto something. The actual event, lightning, a flash, a moment, then it's gone. But what occupies most of our lives is everything surrounding it. The anticipation, the remembering, the stories we tell ourselves before it happens and after it's over. In a strange way, actually, my grandfather understood something about mental health long before people talked about it openly, too. When anticipation turns unhealthy, we call it anxiety. We're living too far in the future. We're rehearsing problems that haven't happened yet. And when memories become unhealthy, we call it depression. We're trapped in the past, reliving losses, mistakes, regrets, or disappointments. But somewhere between anticipation and memory is the actual moment, the flash, the present, the only place where life is actually happening. And lightning is pretty much a perfect metaphor, right? It lasts only an instant. Only an instant. That's it. That is the point. In this moment, just live in this moment before it becomes a memory, before we're too busy anticipating the thing, and before life moves too fast, because the flash is brief, and that's exactly what makes it beautiful. Yes, Mother, you're in there. I'm so glad you're there. Telling Pop-Pop's anticipation and memories. You've taught it to me well, too. Absolutely. It's what we bring every day, a little something of ourselves. Story related to the subject. That's why I'm doing it here now. I have heard of that, Kathy. Oh, I don't have my comments on the stage. Here they are. Have I heard of anybody getting struck by lightning and having strange abilities? I have heard that. I didn't do too much research. I was actually, what I did find was about the guy who got struck. He's been struck 7 times. 7 times in his life, the most struck. But yeah, I don't know, Kathy. Do you believe in it? Is that you? Were you struck by lightning? Because you certainly have strange abilities. You know, you have wonderful abilities. Just kidding. You know that. Wonderful abilities. Absolutely. Just keep going with your writing and your videos. It's awesome. All right, let's do the who in the world. Who in the world are we talking about today? Here's a good one for you. Boom. Long before streaming transformed music, this person created a financial innovation so unusual that economists and Wall Street analysts still study it. Anybody? Fear the future, Roseanne? Yep. Long before streaming transformed music, this person created a financial innovation so unusual that economists and Wall Street analysts still study it. Sully, you got a guess? Kathy? Maybe even Keith out there? Let's keep going. Keep it rolling. All right, we're going to bump off of the spark music there, and we're going to move into something else. Let's move into, oh yeah. Why are we talking about lightning today? What's the big event related to? What's the big event? What's the big idea? Wait, that happened today? On this day in history, we celebrate one of the earliest successful photographs of lightning. That might not sound like a big deal. We've all seen it. We've watched the storm roll in and the flashes lighting up the sky like crazy. But here's what's interesting for sure. Thousands of years, people witnessed the lightning without ever really being able to study it, to understand it. It happened too fast. I couldn't keep up. By the time your brain registered what you've seen, it was already gone. And then photographers like William Jennings, not William Jennings Bryan, William Jennings, he changed that using the emerging technology of photography. He captured lightning in a way that allowed people to examine it, study it, and see details they'd never seen it before. And without further ado, there it is. Supposedly, according to Wikipedia, the very first photograph of lightning by William Jennings. It's kind of a cool picture, definitely. Can you imagine? No one had ever seen it like that. The images revealed that lightning wasn't simply the neat zigzag of a bolt people often do. They always drew it as a bolt. We're going to get to the bolt, right? It was more complex, more intricate, and more beautiful. And in some ways, that's what photography has always done. It freezes that fleeting moment. It gives us permission to look more closely at a wedding photo, a graduation picture, or a portrait. The moment itself passes in an instant, but the photograph allows us to revisit it for decades. Absolutely. And that's what we're talking about, the flash between anticipation and memories. The moments are just a flash. And lightning is probably the best example of that that idea. A single flash lasts only a fraction of a second, yet people spend their lives chasing storms, photographing them, studying them, and remembering them. The flash is brief, but the impact lasts. Absolutely. And the same is true about kindness, a conversation, a decision, an introduction, a small act of grace, a flash. But years later, you can still talk about it. And that's what happened today. Pretty cool photographs of lightning. Yeah. All right. Welcome. Another one he would say, you're going to fail it? Kathy, I bet you're not going to fail it. When we get to that final clue, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know. There's no fail anyway. There's no pass, there's no fail. There's only learning and growth and just enjoying each other's company, community. This is not a pass-fail course. No one is being graded except maybe me. I'm all right taking the judgment. You guys can give me the judgment. Leave the judgment of yourself alone. All right, here it is. Bum, 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 boom, 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 boom. We love this song. It's our spotlight. Gotta have one. Today we're shining a light on lightning strikes. Lightning strike and electrical shock survivors international. What an organization. Jacksonville, North Carolina. Certainly a flash, a boom, lightning is that, and then it's over. But survivors of lightning strikes and electrical strikes, electrical injuries, that can leave lasting physical, cognitive, and emotional effects that aren't always visible to others. Survivors often struggle to find people who truly understand what they're experiencing, and the lightning strike and electrical shock survivor international comes in. Founded by survivors, for survivors, the organization provides support, education, resource, conferences, and most importantly, community. Absolutely. They remind us that sometimes the most powerful kindness isn't fixing someone's problem, it's helping them realize they don't have to face it alone. Absolutely. This is what they're doing for people who are survivors of electrical shock and lightning strikes. Interesting, Matt. Interesting, actually. You know, why is it life has a way of handing us these things? I didn't even think about this until this very moment. Mom, ears up. Ears up, Mom. Hey, Holroyd. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Ears up. So I'm talking about electrical shock survivors. I actually have a family member by marriage, or a former family member by marriage, that is exactly that. Exactly that. Huge impact. Was an electrical worker in the 1970s and was shocked horribly. It was my aunt's first husband. Not that we need to get into the family details, but I just thought about that. You don't think about that too much, right? People who are survive. Yeah, that's got to be pretty much a pretty darn scary thing. I only knew him briefly, this person, but yeah. All right, I don't know why that moment, because I told you a minute ago that I can come up with a story about just about anything. Now I've got my grandfather, my uncle by marriage involved, whatever. Give me a topic, I'll give you a story. But let's give us all a clue. You had a tornado. No, you did not have a tornado this morning, Jess. We're talking about storms right now. Are you okay? Everything all right? Everybody good around you? I'm glad you're obviously okay, unless you're laying there like, I like to imagine, your house is on top of you and you're streaming my show. No, I'm just kidding. All people and animals are okay. That is what matters the most. The stuff still can be replaced, but the people, the animals cannot. I'm glad you're here. And you're here just in time for our next clue, Jess. The whole street is out cleaning up. Oh, really? Like you got, yeah. All right. Well, don't be watching the show instead of out cleaning up, unless you really want to take the next 15 minutes and hang out with us, and then get out there, maybe get a little inspiration. Tell your friends who are out there cleaning up what you were doing so that they can come join us. It's what we do. That's true. You show up. You show up here. You show up there. We all show up where we can and what's important to us. But let's get that clue going. Absolutely. Thanks, Jess. You might like this clue too, Jess. I was thinking Jess may know this from the very first clue. A little obscure, but a person who created a financial innovation so unusual that economists and Wall Street analysts still study it long before streaming transformed music. I'll give you a little context. Second one. 1987. Go back to 87, and this person helped one of the first major celebrity-backed efforts to challenge apartheid in South Africa. Long before others were showing up, he was showing up for the first major celebrity-backed efforts to challenge apartheid in South Africa. Where'd I go? Here I am. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Okay. I am glad to be here with you, of course. And we're glad Jess is here with us, and Kathleen, and Adam, and Roseanne, and Sully, of course. Sully, you still out there, buddy? Come in and say hi. Are you sniffing around this clue? I think you might know. Start putting the clues together as I roll into my next segment here. All right. This is Life Lessons from the Grateful Dead. Are you kind? Today's lesson isn't actually about a song, though. It's about the symbol. The Grateful Dead's famous 13-volt lightning symbol. Why didn't I put a picture of it here? But you've all seen it. And most Deadheads recognize it instantly. You probably recognize it instantly. But what's fascinating is that it wasn't created to be mystical. It was actually practical. Owsley Stanley, who was the band's equipment manager, needed a symbol to put on their equipment when they were going out on tour with other bands, wherever they were. They needed to make sure they knew what their symbol was. Absolutely. So he worked with the designer Bob Thomas, and he created that red and white and blue lightning bolt completely for the practical purpose. Yep. It was a practical, simple solution, and it has become one of the most recognized symbols in music culture. And that's the lesson. You don't always know what matters when you're creating it. Yep. Same thing with kindness. Sometimes a small kindness, you don't know how much it matters when you're creating it. The flash, the quick introduction, the quick conversation, the smile and opening the door. Same things. Deadheads have spent decades debating what the 13 points on their bolt, on the bolt, represents the 13 colonies. Is it supposed to be something about nature, or about the band, or even a recipe for LSD, frankly? Because Bear Stanley was known as the king of the LSD group. He's mixing up his purple stuff, part of the Grateful Dead culture. I don't know where I was going with that. 13 points on the star, absolutely. But no one really knows. Oh, that's the point. Nobody knows what the 13 points on the star represents. So that's another mystery in the Grateful Dead world. Something that people will discover for themselves what it means. Just like a spark can do that for you. Lightning representing illumination. The moment something becomes absolutely visible, and kindness can do the same thing. That's the story of the Grateful Dead lightning bolt. All right. I don't know why I didn't put a Steely up here on the screen. Why would I not do that? I don't know. I'm not very smart sometimes. Okay. Life. Okay, moving on. What happened? The clue is there. Get a clue. Okay. Apparently, I am winging it from here on out, and that's okay too. Let's wing it together. There we go. That's what it took to get the 13-point Grateful Dead star up there. A little late, Matt. A little bit late, but you can see the 13 points in the star for sure. As we roll forward here on Kindness Rising, let's keep going with our clues. You're like, Matt, get a clue. Long before streaming transformed music, this person created a financial innovation so unusual that economists, that's the word, not economists, economists in Wall Street analysts still study it. Holy moly. 1987 rolled around, and this guy was helping launch one of the first major celebrity-backed efforts that was fighting against apartheid. South African apartheid. We have a South African connection here in the lab. Our very own international team of folks. You realize I'm like, that's what I'm looking for. Riffing, but not doing a very good job of it, trying to get things back in order here to finish off the show strong. We're going to finish it strong. If I chased everybody away or anybody away, please stick with me as I roll on here. But yeah, that was the second clue. The second clue was about apartheid. Absolutely. And here is our third clue. Finally, I know people are going to grab it from this. Absolutely. One of the most recognizable images in pop culture features a lightning bolt across this person's face. That's our connection to lightning on the Who in the World situation. The lightning bolt across the face. That's the one that's giving it away. We're going to get to our compass, and then I will get back to you to keep on guessing. All right, here it is. These are your 5 ways. 5 ways to continue to be the lightning. Be the lightning in your own world. Send the text you've been meaning to send. That instant text, boom. It goes instantly to that person. You're going to respond instantly. That's a bolt of lightning. Tell someone specifically what you appreciate about them. Tell someone specifically what you appreciate about them. A bolt of lightning. Jess, I appreciate your honesty to say you don't know this one. You might be kicking yourself. Is there a famous musical person with an image of a lightning bolt across his face as one of his most iconic images? I bet you will. Introduce 2 people who should know each other. Absolutely. Jess, Kathleen, Jess. No. Our team knows each other. The only way we can know you and make introductions to other people, though, is if you make yourself known by subscribing to the channel, coming here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, saying hello in the chat. Come join us. Kathleen, are you on it? You said, oh. I think you might be on it. I'm going to sneeze. Jeez. Something got me. Kathleen, are you saying oh as in oh I have it, or as in oh everybody should go to Ohio together? I don't know. All right. Trying to light on someone else's good work publicly. That's what I try to do here. That's what I do for Kathleen. That's what I'll do for Jess. I'll do it for Stelly. I'll do it for all of you. Holroyd. Shine a light on other people's good work publicly. And when you see kindness happening, point it out. Lightning reveals what's already there, and kindness often does the same. All right. That was the kooky compass for today. Who in the world reveal? All right. If you've been holding back because you know the answer, because you know the answer. The first 2 clues I tried to make a little obscure, that you probably have to know this person. The last one should be the giveaway. They actually created a financial innovation that economists and Wall Street analysts still use today, and it's named after them. In 1987, this person helped launch one of the first major celebrity-backed efforts to challenge apartheid in South Africa. And the final clue, one of the most recognizable images in popular culture features a lightning bolt across this person's face. Are we ready for the big reveal? There he is, the Thin White Duke himself, Mr. David Bowie, connected to lightning. That's his Aladdin Sane character. You know that Bowie played Sir Ziggy Stardust. Aladdin Sane is the other one. There it is. Ziggy Stardust. This is the Aladdin Sane album cover. My child actually has this album cover hanging in her, not in her room, but in her little side room. Yeah, Bowie was remarkable, absolutely insane. But what he actually made wasn't, I'm trying to think of how to put this. I had a great poignant thought about this, and bing, gone. Okay, Aladdin Sane, da 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 da. Oh yes. What I love about Bowie, one of the first artists that really evolves. Yes, Space Oddity. Yep. Now we're getting it. Now we're into Bowie. We've opened the door to David Bowie. Yep. Throughout his life, he reinvented himself again and again. He explored new sounds and new ideas. And the lightning bolt became a symbol of transformation, creativity, and seeing the world differently. This actual picture right here. Today's lesson: sometimes growth arrives like lightning, a flash of light, a moment of courage, or a decision to stop being who you've always been and start becoming who you've meant to be. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you've chosen to spend your day with me as I bumbled through a little bit again today. You know what? It's okay. It's morning. We're all getting up. We're getting after it. He started as a supermodel. Bowie. I mean, I'm sure that certainly his image is unique. He married a supermodel, right? Iman. Is that who it was? Iman. Iman. I don't. Iman. Is that how you say her name? I don't know. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know. Anyway, love me some Bowie. Definitely tons of great song. Yeah, a high fashion model. I mean, I've seen a ton of photographs with him, of course, in that British high fashion mod, kind of coming out of the mod, like somewhere between mod and punk, I think, is probably, his androgyny and his alter ego and use of colors. The Thin White Duke. I love that nickname. It's freaking awesome. All right. I would be like the fat white schlump. I don't know what I would be. Anyway. Yeah, the different colored eyes. Do you know how that happened, Jess? Are you aware? I do. I'll give you a minute to think about it if you know. As I'm doing my Yes, that's true. It did happen in childhood, but precisely how? At least this is what I was told, what I recall being told. It could be complete bullshit. It's only what I remember. I have nothing to back the fact that he was punched in the face by a girl in the neighborhood. Is it possible? That's what I've heard. Anyway, that's the end of today's Kindness Rising. Holy crap, we got through the lightning. That was not a lightning episode, nothing came out like lightning today. It was more like just a storm that just lingered there. Anyway, we're having fun. I'm having fun. I always have fun, no matter what, even on the days that are like, okay, here we go. You ever notice some moments seem small while they're happening, but years later they're still glowing in your memory? A teacher's encouragement, a stranger's kindness, a friend who called at exactly the right moment. Like lightning, the moment itself is brief. The impact can last a lifetime. That's what we talked about here today on Kindness Rising. The idea that lightning is illumination. The world changes every time someone helps another person see a possibility, a path, or a piece of themselves they couldn't see before. So remember to be the flash, be the slice. How about if you be the spark? Be the flash, be the spark, be the lightning. And until tomorrow, stay uncommon and stay kind. Now get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, only on the Mornings in the Lab Network. See you all real soon.